Hey everyone, 30.6 here, and welcome back to another episode of Admiral Dreadnoughts, the Rising Sun campaign. Let me just quickly make sure I'm recording. I am, which is good. As I said last episode, the plan for this episode is basically going to be designing the ships that will be going forward into the future. And I think I'm going to split this into two episodes, because I want these ships to be kind of period accurate, I guess you could say. We're not going to build them, but we are going to design them. Mainly because I need time to work on the lore episodes, and I figured what better way to do that than designing some ships. The last ship we designed was the Soryu class in 1948. It's been 7 years, so I thought we'll design probably a class of destroyer and light cruiser today. Tomorrow's episode will, well, tell you what. We'll design some light ships. We'll just see how it goes. I'll record for maybe, I don't know, a half hour. We'll see what we come up with. Just want to start with the Modern Light Cruiser 3 hull. I think we've built on this hull before, but this is going to be the big beefy light cruiser. He's going to be the big, like, I don't know, 16,000 ton battle light cruisers. Some chunky boys. 32 knots minimum. Balanced gas turbines, shaft 4, aux 5, electrohydraulic steering, balanced rudder, oil 2, modern 2, double hull, standard bulkhead, 8-foot 3, Citadel 5. Alright. And these are going to be purely gun cruisers. So we're not designing them to have torpedoes of any kind. These are purely gun-focused cruisers. Tell you what, we'll use smaller funnels instead. So I can, there we go, that'll work. Okay. Just a smidge forward. Just a little bit again. We can balance this out with whatever we need to later, but I just want to get the ship looking somewhat decent as we design it. I prefer a 6-gun, but we'll deal with it. Then for secondaries, we're probably just going to go 3-inch guns everywhere. I don't know. That and that. Plenty of anti-aircraft armament, but we'll put some more on. Yep. I thought there was a spot up there. Never mind then. Alright. This is pretty good light cruiser. Because we're not really building them, I can kind of do whatever we want to them. I'm definitely getting auto 1. Radar 3, best radio, best depth charges. You don't need mines. You don't need that. You need coincidence, and you're getting the best sonar on the market. Now we're going to armor you. It's like 6, 6, 6, 6. Max this out. Max all that out. Increase the caliber to 40s. Give them some extra range. Should change my mind. We're going to go up to 45s. These are modern light cruisers, you know. Yeah, 20,000. That's better. These are fine at being 7.5. I don't really care. 4-way offset is a bit much. I might remove 1 or 2 of the 4 AA guns. There we go. I'd imagine they'd have like supplementary guns up here, something like 20mm guns and 20mm guns here. These are just kind of the main AA armament. That seems pretty good. Can we up the speed to like 34? 36. 36 is a bit much. Tell you what, we'll do 34 knots. Good light cruiser. I imagine the Japanese Navy is going to love having these for a while. Probably put that secondary gun back. Yeah. What is a cruiser that very recently got sunk? We'll name it after that. Yahagi class. Alright. 16,000 ton light cruiser. Bit beefy, but, you know, this ship is gonna do what it needs to do. So save that. Make a new design. See what else we can come up with. And yes, we will be building new battleships. That's the plan. I'd imagine stuff like the Iseis would continue to see service. The Fuzos would probably be pulled off. So the Fuzos would be no longer on the front lines, but I want to screw around with the destroyer. The destroyer hull, see what we can come up with. So I want to design 2 different designs. I want to design a beefy destroyer, obviously, 4,200 tons. Make it go fast. And this would be like the modern kind of destroyer. Put that 5-inch gun down first. funnel. Okay, oil, balanced, gas turbines. Very overweight. Really? Not even with that funnel? Can't get up to 40? Not diesels. Diesels could do it, but it'd be too heavy. Gear turbines? No. Gas turbines, alright. We can adjust this. Bring the range down, that would help. Dual funnel. Single torpedo launcher. I'd imagine these guys would be being replaced in the near future, so I'm not too concerned with how well they're designed. Single torpedo. There, 24s. It's hefty. Could go down to a dual gun destroyer. Could be the call here. I think I might do that. These guys be the gunboats. Or not the gunboats. Push this back just a little bit further. Pull this back right to there. You need like that maybe, at best. RDF, sonar 3, coincidence 5, depth charge 4, maybe not, maybe we go back down to 21, triple base, electro-hydraulic, TNT. Why are you so heavy? Is it the speed? I think it's the speed. Yeah, it's definitely the speed. Means I could probably drop this down to a 3-gun ship if I wanted to. With some jiggery pokery, I could probably do it. I don't really care that the weight offset's there. I'd imagine to be balanced out on the final design, so I'm not too concerned. So sure, save that design. And then we're going to do a new one. Something I had a thought about was designing maybe like a little frigate for like convoy escort duties. So I want to play around with a light cruiser hull and a destroyer hull, and I would imagine these guys would be like frigates and maybe some manner of like escort cruiser for like long convoys, or maybe something that could be converted into like a missile cruiser later. So let's go ahead and design those. Maybe we pick something. Is this a flush deck? Do we have a flush deck destroyer? I would really like that. No, these are Japanese hulls. Right, okay. Tell you what, we'll try the Okanami. Just hide that. Maybe not this hull. What this one? It's improvement. You guys might be a little slower. Actually, no, I want them to go the same speed. Oh, frick. Hey. Right. I think Hatsukaze sank, so I'm not gonna fuss around over the name. Okay. Main guns. I want 4s on the frigates. Again, these aren't like fleet ships. These are designed to be escort ships. So I'm not as concerned about them having torpedoes. I'd rather them have a beefy kind of anti-air armament more than anything else. If I had to... So if we're going to do that, if we're going to do a beefy anti-aircraft armament, I'm going to do triple 2s, unless the 3s. Super angle funnel so we can get more AA emplacements. Can this one fit there? What about this one? This one can fit. Barbette tall. That's wide. Where's the tall one? Tall barbette, very small. You could probably fit that. Our frigates will have beefy anti-air armament. These are going to be the escort ships for the larger stuff like carriers and whatnot. Maybe not quite. That's a freaking... Okay, that doesn't help. You can't fit a 4-inch gun. Maybe I shift everything back like a couple inches. Again, these guys aren't going to carry torpedoes. They're just really here to act as anti-aircraft batteries for the larger ships. A 4-inch dual there. There we go. And then just a bunch of random some single guns. Nah. Nope. There you go. You get your picket ship. Not the quickest things in the world, but these guys are also going to double as minesweepers and mine layers. So these guys are going to be the true kind of, okay, we need a ship to do a thing to escort the fleet to point B. From A to B, this is what we need, so here you go. You get this thing. Definitely need auto. Like, not that. I can probably reduce the range. Have supply ships anyway. Why are you so heavy? Maybe reduce the speed by 1? That doesn't help. That's layer 2. You don't need to have a ridiculous amount of mines. You just need to be able to lay them in case it's needed. This thing's got a really beefy AA armament. I'd love to get that moved, but I don't think I can do it. Alright. Just for kicks and giggles, let me see if I can fit one more in. There you go. Alright, yeah. Your anti-aircraft escort ship. If something's coming at a carrier or something's coming at a battleship, these things are just going to shred basically whatever tries to shoot at it. Oh, I need to add a secondary tower. That might help. I'm just going to put a targeting tower on here. I take that back. I'm going to do this one. Put the 4-inch gun there. There we go. And we are immediately overweight. Can I game this just a little bit? 3-inch. No. Okay. That's layer 2. There you go. Alright. So it carries mines. It's got 75 mines. You know, it's not super great, but there's going to be a bunch of these things, and again, they're designed. When I was thinking about designing a ship like this, I'm thinking, okay, these guys are probably going to have a missile battery that's eventually going to go in there to do like air-to-air missiles, so these things are designed to serve for a long time. I need a torpedo launcher. Okay, tell you what, you get one deck tube. Can I just like sneak one in here? Like, where can I sneak one in? Alright. Take off the targeting tower then. Take off that tower. Do the targeting tower 3. Then you have a quintuple torpedo tube at the rear. Because I don't imagine you're going to be doing much with it. Do that. There you go. There you go. You can have some torpedoes. Now, on light ships, I want to design another frigate, but with a smaller gun caliber, maybe like 3-inch guns. And these guys are going to be dedicated, like, escort ships, but maybe for like coastal defense or garrisoning small islands, which we have a lot of because we're Japan. Again, this episode's basically filler, but I really do wish that they would come back to Dreadnoughts and add the ability to do stuff like 1950s, like 60s tech, where you could get like early stuff, and then I wish there was a way to build carriers. I would love to do that. I think it'd be fun. Because then you can kind of play around with the design, like whatever you're thinking. Like if the player wants to design something, I need something maybe like 2,000 tons. Monitor Destroyer 1, maybe 2,000 tons. Right. I just think it'd be interesting to have to design ships like that. To have the design philosophy of, okay, I need to design a ship for, you know, whatever purpose it might be. Tower 1. Again, you're a coastal ship. Put a couple of 3-inch guns on here. Again, patrol craft. Maybe escorts a ship into a harbor. they'll have torpedo tubes, but they're kind of emergencies only. These guys are not going to have the same armament, but they're going to have something. There you go. Little coastal patrol ship. I'm not going to screw around with that. Get a little coastal defense ship. I don't know why I exited. Alright, so that gives us 3 modern designs. Let's do... Let's take a crack at maybe doing... maybe like a really small heavy cruiser. Maybe like a 12,000 ton cruiser. And these guys are gonna be our... I've been looking at this hull the entire game, and I've wondered, maybe they would have a ship that would be not quite a commerce raider, but maybe something of the like a heavy cruiser designed to be kind of a flotilla leader. So you'd have like a cruiser squadron or a destroyer squadron. This is the ship that would be sent out to lead that squadron. So I'm going to kind of... yeah. A single 5-inch gun there. Almost looks like the Graf Spee. Maybe if I downgunned him. Did not want to do that. Let's try 9-inch triples. Again, I'm trying to explain, I don't know if you guys find this helpful or not, I try to explain the philosophy why I design things a certain way. I find that it helps, so you guys can kind of see where I'm talking about. So this is going to be our cruiser leader. And then these guys are going to get a beefy AA armament. Stick one there, stick another there, stick one down there, stick one... I can't quite finesse that. And then funnel, big funnel. Maybe 34. If I can get 34, I'd like it. This one I do want to kind of look at the design for, because I think it'd be interesting to say, okay, I think it'd be interesting for the fleet to go, alright, we have these heavy cruisers, we like them, you know, we like the job they're doing. How do we bring them into the modern age like, how do we justify using these cruisers in, you know, right now? Like, alright, we've got this design for a cruiser, we imagine it as a flotilla leader, you know, it's leading a small squadron of light cruisers or destroyers or something. It should serve as kind of a command ship for squadrons of ships. Maybe it commands a flotilla of, you know, frigates or something. This should be a leader ship. So you give it a bigger tower, you give it bigger range, you give it... It's like building a flagship. It's, I know I've talked about this before in the campaign. There's these, I can't remember if the US did it as well. I know France did it, where you had these flotilla leaders, which were basically a sized up version of the, so like if destroyer had, if you had a class of destroyers, right, you would have a destroyer leader that was just a bit bigger, like maybe within a couple thousand tons bigger, or maybe it wasn't quite within a couple thousand tons, it may have been like 1,000 tons or something, and it was designed to be the command ship for that squadron. It was designed to interface with them. And I can't quite remember if the US did that as well. It might just be France. I think the US had something similar called destroyer leaders, which are kind of a similar design philosophy. Can't quite remember off the top of my head. I know nations had them, I just can't remember which ones. Management belt. Give you depth charges, sure. You don't need that much armor. I don't really care about the offset. Again, it's not like I'm building them, but yeah. And again, you could build. I'm thinking about doing this maybe if we do a France campaign, where I design a series of ships and I design like one ship that's just a little bit bigger, and we deploy task forces out. So we build smaller classes of ships, but with like minor improvements or gun changes. I quite like this heavy cruiser hull. I really like this heavy cruiser hull. It's sleek. It looks nice. So yeah. Don't really care about the class name. Alright, tell you what. Next episode, we're going to design another heavy cruiser to be the successor to the Atagos and the Chokais. And these will be the biggest heavy cruisers we'll have in the fleet, so they'll probably be close to 20,000 tons. And then we'll design the battle cruiser, plural, because we'll have fast battleships, and then we'll have like maybe an improvement of the Nagatos, maybe a quad, triple, 16-inch gun battleship. So I think that's what we're going to do next episode. I'm going to back out of the constructor screen, and next episode, when we pick back up, we're going to design some more ships. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.